Today we're going to talk about statistically. I know that most of you think that you have an opportunity and you have a way to get out of this bullshit that we live, you know? I go way back. And I went to El Sereno. And I used to fucking fight a lot. And one of the guys that I remember the most, I didn't know his name, but he was a fucking peckerwood, you know, a pinche white guy that thought he was a shit, you know. And we met in El Sereno, and I fucked up one of his friends, and me and Boo Boo, we fucking robbed his cuñado. And me and him at one point, so I was about 15, he was about 15, we met up man to man and fucking looked up to each other, and we said, hey, you know what, you fucked up, let's say, and we're gonna have to handle it like men. So me and him, we're about to fight. He grew up in East Lake, and I grew up in El Sereno in the projects. And his brother-in-law and family members and his wife. I didn't know when I met him that it was gonna set us in a course that was gonna make my life. But coming back, how me and him met, we went to the top of the hill, and I had just fucked up with this vato, Lincoln Heights, Roseville, you know. And we used to cruise, and me and my homeboy Boo Boo, we did a gangbang right in front of the DMV. We shot up a couple of shots, and we ended up robbing this vato that he had his pantalones, his dickies, or his Imperials, and he had his fucking, he had shit together. He had just gotten off the bus. He had ranfla or nada, you know? Me and Boo Boo went up with a cuete. There was a stop sign, and told me, I said, where you from? I said, it's La Grande Hazard, you know? And vato said, hey, you know what? I don't gangbang, you know? I don't give a fuck you gangbang or you don't gangbang, motherfucker. He goes, what you got in your hand, motherfucker? And he had some Connie Frisco's greased up, and he had some Imperials. Took her to go get wax, and he was going out to a fucking quinceañera. Little did I know that vato that we robbed was gonna impact my life. I didn't know it then. I certainly didn't intend to get to know him. Vato, I don't know if you ever watched America Me the movie, when he's in a bus stop and the hooders come up and they hit him up and then they arrest him. But more or less the same situation. But instead of the hooders, it was me and Boo Boo and Bam Bam. We're in the Nova, the yellow Nova, the fucking yellow lemon, you know? And we had just shot up Clover and shot up fucking Lincoln Heights, you know? And we're putting our fucking neighborhood, we're putting our shit together, you know? And so we went to the street, and the only vato that we fucking seen getting out the fucking bus as a gangster, and it's like, we hit him up, man. Where you from, Miss Say? Bam Bam got off, and he fucking sucked him, you know? And obviously, I fucking robbed him for his ropa. He goes, nah, homeboy, you know, it's like, you got me off guard, I don't gangbang, you know, woo. And I don't give a fuck. I still fucking taxed him. Me and Bam Bam and Boo Boo, we end up robbing people at the ATM. I'm not gonna say where or what city. And we ended up robbing some people in the Denny's, some gold chain, beepers, and some pulseras, and about $300, you know. And we were doing our shit, you know. Little did I know, the vato that robbed in East Lake, it was going to be an impact to my life. See, he grew up with my homeboy, we call him Guadalajara. And he was his cuñado. And he fucking talked about the stories about those managers that just robbed me and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah, you know? Me, I didn't know him and I didn't give a fuck about it. I was trying to be a homeboy and trying to fucking represent, you know what I mean? Come on, you know what I mean? You had to back in our days, you know? So, along the years, Uncle Miguel got busted, and I ended up going to work with me and George, DirecTV, and they introduced me to this fucking peckerwood, you know? This peckerwood was special, and he knew who I was, and I didn't know who he was, you know? So, the first week, his deal and my deal, well, George, you know, Gonzalez, and deal, they had done satellites together. One of his deals got him in, and my deal got me in, and as soon as we went in, we were the two fucking rookies. We got our ass handed down, because they played an April Fool on us. They made us go to San Diego, and they fucking made us go to 13 jobs all over, waste our time and todo, and an April Fool. It was a fucking holiday, motherfucker. They just did an April Fool on us. But see, me and him, when we talked the first time, he asked me, what's your name? You know, you look familiar. And then I told him, well, what's your name? You look familiar too. So I had fucked up his brother-in-law. And I fucked him up real good. And the guy that we robbed, that was his brother-in-law. So he knew exactly who the fuck I was. I don't know, some fucking urge or some shit. I didn't trust him. I didn't fucking open up to him. When we started working, he started sabotaging me and fucking talking shit about me. And I told you guys a story that I bought a truck with my brother Danny, and I gave him the Honda Accord, and I ended up crashing it, and he fucking laughed his ass off me. He fucking made it be known and noticeable before I could fucking take a look at him, you know. So me and him, I went up to him, I told him, you know what, all these vatos, I don't give a fuck about these vatos, but you, I don't know, I think if I know you, you know what, what's up, man, you got power with me or what? So we ended up going to the back of the warehouse, and we threw some putazos, some chingazos, you know. I could say I won, and he could say he won. They ended up breaking up the fight. The next day, we said, hey, let's meet up at George's hamburger stand. It's right there in Norwalk, next to Peace Connection, where we fucking both work. So we met up right there at fucking George's hamburger stand. And we parked. He had a Nissan off the dealer, and I had my Chevrolet off the dealer. Crashed. And I crashed it the first day. And we met up, and he told me, hey, you know what, there's nobody here. Let's squash this shit before we get us out of hand. So I said, let's fucking do it. So there was a couple of warehouses off on Los Nietos Road, and we went up to this abandoned warehouse, like literally a block away, and we started throwing chingazos. And at the end, he fucking felt my power, and I felt his power, and we both end up like shaking hands, like fucking tough, you know. I told fuck, what, pinche gringo, you're tough too, man. What you say, you fucking grew up bad motherfucker? Told me, hey, you know what? The vato that you robbed, it was my cuñado. Actually, my cousin. He was related to Tierra. And back then, I didn't give a fuck who Tierra or anybody was related to them. I didn't give a fuck. I was just trying to be somebody, you know? And he told me that was my primo, you know? Homeboy, my cuñado, and all kinds of shit. I was like, hey, homeboy, focus, motherfucker. Tell me the true story. What the fuck is going on, you know? He goes, man, you vatos robbed them. And then the next week, they fucking killed them. And I blame you. I'm like, oh, how the fuck did I got to do with his story? He goes, because you robbed them, he had to go fucking do a holly. He got into the neighborhood, and because he got to that neighborhood, they did a drive-by and they ended up fucking killing him. And I said, that's not on me. It's not on me at all. Pero, no hay pedo, you know, no hay pedo. And we ended up squashing it and saying during work, we're not gonna fight or fucking put ourselves in a situation that we're both gonna lose. He had a familia, I didn't. So he told me he had his daughter and todo, like, you know, todo, and his wife, and he was expecting another kid. At the end of the story, he ended up having 3 kids, right? So me in Guadalajara, I call him Guadalajara. I introduced him to my grandma, to my family, and we end up becoming homies, you know. We got a long story, but one of the stories that me and him, we ended up going over there by Norco, Temecula, and all that, in the middle of the mountains, and there was a chain fence fucking house, and the lady told me, hey, you know what? I don't know what's going on with both of you guys. Whatever you fucking do, just don't fucking leave my door open. Sure enough, I don't know if it was me or it was him. I don't give a fuck. We're barely getting acquainted and fucking getting to know each other. And we fucking left the door open. And sure enough, like a couple seconds later, we fucking turned around and we seen the fucking cat out there. She said she had a $2,000 cat. Me and him, we're fucking ghetto kids, you know? We don't know what the fucking $2,000 cat is. So we fucking, we're lucky because it was a cloudy day and it was a foggy day, and the fog was real condensed, you know, it was real deep. We had jackets, you know? Back then, we used to use kind of Frisco jackets and fucking sports jackets, you know? So we fucking said, hey, you know what? Let's get the fucking cat, and let's get the job done, and let's get the fuck out of here. And we both agreed. And we cornered that fucking cat. And I'm talking about, we're both 19 years old. And 18, 19. And we fucking corner and we take our jackets off because the fucking cat was like attacking us, you know? Wanting to fucking scratch us and bite us. And so we felt that we had to take our jackets and corral them, and we worked as a team, which our company, that's what they wanted from us. And we took out our jackets and corralled that fucking cat, and we fucking threw it on top of his head and everything. We grabbed him. He fucking ended up cutting my hand, 3-4 scars. And on this side, he got another scar. my homeboy, Guadalajara, he ended up fucking scratching his back and fucking attacking him, And remember, he fucking bit him right above the ass. And that was it. I got that motherfucker. I was choking him, And we finally got him, and we're bleeding. We're fucking just looking at each other like, fuck, no one's gonna believe this story, Two vatos from East LA, and their ass beat up by a little cat. So, we fucking were walking in with the customer. She looked at us and she's, ah! I was like, what's fucking wrong? She goes, that's not my fucking cat. Are you guys fucking idiots? And I'm like, I looked at Danny, his last name was Mora. I used to call him Guadalajara. And he looked at me, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's up? And I'm not gonna say we didn't do fucking, or smoke and all that shit. We're on, I mean, that's the way we grew up. So, we told her, what do you mean this is not your fucking cat? What do you mean you're calling us stupid and idiots and all kinds of shit? She says, yeah, it's not my fucking cat. But you notice that there's a chain link fence with barbed wire? And we're like, yeah? What's that got to do with us? She says, that's a fucking bobcat. So we end up catching a fucking bobcat. He fucked us up, he scratched us, he scarred us, and he left us bleeding. So we end up fucking leaving the cat go away, Then we told her we finished the job, she showed us, gave us some bandages, gave us some fucking alcohol, some fucking, and she told us, hey, when you guys finish, go down to the fire station and they'll help you guys out. They got a medic and all that right there. Like, alright. But Danny Mora, being the smart one, man, you don't mind showing us your fucking cat. It was a fucking miniature fucking Siamese cat. And it's like, we said, no fucking way. She said, you guys never asked. You guys, idiots. And, got the fucking cat. And you guys don't even know what a fucking wild cat is, or a fucking bobcat and all that. So, we end up letting that cat go away. And, we end up doing a peace treaty with each other. And, I'm gonna continue the story.